The conflict in Ukraine is energizing as a critical testbed for new weapons, technology, and while efforts to provide fighter aircrafts to Ukraine remain stalled, these constraints do not seem to apply to unmanned aerial systems. The latest U.S. aid package for Ukraine announced February 24th includes an array of new UASs valued in total of about $1 billion. The aid comes out of the U.S. Ukraine Security Assistance Initiative USAI, which funds purchases directly from industry, rather than taking supplies from American stocks.
We just launched RQ-7 Bravo V2 Shadow Unmanned Aerial Vehicle. We are the UAS asset for the OP4 here at Maple Resolve. Getting the full-scale use of the Shadow rather than just the small scale we get with our sort of regular training back home. So the overall mission and using the comms relay, doing the real world type mission. Doing this larger scale definitely helps us prepare for a real world type event rather than just the smaller things we're used to.
I think what you're seeing is the US building on the success of smaller drones in Ukraine and leveraging that as much as possible in the absence of the ability to send a larger aircraft, manned or unmanned, into the battle, Lee said. A senior fellow for UAV and Autonomy Studies at EFA's Mitchell Institute for Aerospace Studies. The UAS represent a natural evolution of new equipment for Ukraine.
Yes, so it's just checking the airspeed. We got to get to 70 plus or minus 2. Between different branches and different nations would definitely help see how we can interact with them and what they need for missions, what they're looking for, what product we can provide them, what they're looking for when we're providing surveillance, that type of thing, especially for operators, and get better training for them to know what they actually want to look for and what other units want to see when we're flying.
Neither Russia nor Ukraine have been able to achieve air superiority in the conflict, leading both sides to turn to drones as a lower risk means to attack ground targets from above. Russia has made extensive use of Iranian-made kamikaze drones to attack Ukrainian infrastructure, providing a naval and cost-effective solution to countering Ukrainian air defense while still achieving air-to-ground hits. Ukraine has also employed drones, including Turkish-made Bayraktar TB2S and quadcopters for artillery spotting in the slugfest now taking place in the eastern part of the country. Ukraine has also used off-the-shelf drones to drop explosives, a tactic ISIS has used against US-backed forces in Iraq and Syria. The new UASs the US will provide include systems, either still in testing or that have only been used sparingly to date by US forces. These include Switchblade 600s, Jump 20s, Altius 600s and Cyberlugs K8s. Only the Switchblade has been pranced in past aid packages. Pentagon Press Secretary Brigadier General said in a press briefing February 24th that unmanned systems are now part of the modern way of warfare. I think it's became apparent to everyone in the last 5 to 7 years, especially as we saw groups like ISIS starting to use drones, and now especially in this conflict, the significant impact that drones have. However, NATO's Secretary of Defense cautioned that the drones would not likely arrive until late spring or later, well after the fighting is expecting to pick up. He declined to specify either precise numbers or timing of deliveries.
European countries' importance or significance for the United States? Is this really our war?
All in all, it is fair to say that these unmanned aircrafts will revolutionize next-gen warfare and modernizing combatry tactics. Well, that's all we have for this video. Thanks for watching, and a special thanks to all who subscribe to this channel. See you in the next video.
Belligerent reaction to the U.S. shooting